this is Earl with Car Sports. I'm here to give you a quick demo of how to change out the inner tube in the Eliminator shocks. We've come out with a new inner tube that has some holes in the inner tube to make it where the suspension is softer in the first part of the travel, and then as it covers those holes it gets stiffer in the bottom part of the suspension. So if you happen to have bought a model that didn't have these holes, this is much better on softer, rougher tracks. And so this is a quick way. So if you have the older inner tube without any holes in it, you'll want to take something like a screwdriver or something that you can get through the eye of the shock, and you'll want to get a rag because these edges are kind of sharp, and just get a hold of the inner tube and then the cap, and there's an O-ring in there, and you'll have to just work it back and forth. If you pull on it kind of hard, just kind of work it around, that O-ring will gradually release. And now you'll see the O-ring gets cut as it pulls it apart because it's meant to be pressed in one time and that's it. So once you pull that out, you may want to take some air or something, make sure you have any of the old O-ring that was in there blown out. And then you'll want to take your new inner tube that has your holes in it, and you want to put you'll have to have a new O-ring to put on there. You always want to use a little bit of a dab of oil on that new O-ring before you try to press it into the shock cap. So if you have ideally is to have a small press. It doesn't hardly take any pressure. You could use a vise as well, but I like a press because it keeps everything square, and you just simply put a little bit of pressure on it and you'll hear the O-ring pop in. There it went. And then once that's popped in, you really don't want to turn this too much because it could you don't want to stress the O-ring, but you also want to make it's best that this hole is lined up with the side where the valve is, and it makes it more consistent when you make all the shocks. If you do that, make sure the valve and the holes that are in the inner tube line up. So that's really all it is, and then it's ready to be back assembled in the shock like they normally were. But I just want to do a quick video. You know, you could use a vise or something, or maybe even a big pair of channel locks or something, but it doesn't take a lot of pressure, but just enough that you hear the O-ring snap into place. And these aren't really meant to be taken in and out hardly ever, only if you're doing a major change like this. So anyway, I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Thank you.